What's up, guys? My name is Captain Dave, and welcome back to Mass Effect 3, where last time we left off, we went down to Rannoch and successfully extracted the Admiral Chorus, who is the Admiral of the ever-masculine ship called the Quip Quip. Never going to go over that, just makes me chuckle every time. But we managed to successfully extract him, as he is the only one who I think can actually protect the civilian fleet from the madness that is the rest of the Quarians. Man, if we are ever going to stop this war between the Geth and the Quarians and somehow gain their help against the Reapers, I think Chorus is the only one who's actually going to be able to help us do that. So glad we've got him safely back aboard the civilian fleet. But with that done, it is time for us to head back out into the galaxy. Well, not very far, in fact. I think we're not really even really leaving Rannoch. Because here, as you can see here, we can now destroy the Reaper base, but it's kind of like Tuchanka. It's not exactly a point of no return, but it advances the story along, so we don't want to do that just yet. Before we do that, we want to head down to the Geth hub and shut down the Geth server to stop a lot of Quarian deaths within the fleet. Now, for this mission, it really doesn't matter who you take, like, at all, because you don't use your squad at all during this mission, so it honestly does not matter who you bring. So, for the purposes of this, let's bring Tali along, just because it's to do with it directly affects the Quarian, so I can only imagine Tali's going to have some good insight on this mission. So, let's bring Tali, and who shall I bring along with you? Let's bring Kaidan. Just because, why not? Yeah, go on, Kaidan, you can come along for the ride too. I think enough time has passed where it is no longer awkward between us. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I honestly don't care, so come along for the ride, Kaidan. Okie dokie, so Wraith, Tempest, yeah, I'm happy with that. As I say, I'd probably use the arc pistol, but for my my playstyle, the 200% recharge speed is just far more effective for me. I use the Tempest every now and then, but to be honest, I'd be happy not even having the Tempest equipped. I'm happy just with the Wraith. And as you can see, I've got the arc pistol fully upgraded now, so I mean, if you compare that to where the Scorpion is fully upgraded, the capacity is better, the fire rate is much better, the damage is better. So not only is it firing quicker, but each bullet is doing more damage. Accuracy is better, the weight is pretty much the same. That could be because you charge the arc pistol, so maybe it's a fully charged burst. Does that much damage? I mean, I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, the Wraith and the arc pistol, she's good to go either way. And Kaidan, you've got the Scorpion. Now let's switch you over to the arc pistol as well. It's good enough for Tali. It's definitely good enough for you. Except that, and the particle rifle. Oh yeah, the Geth Pulse. As you can see, look, the Geth Pulse rifle isn't too bad. The weight's a lot less, which is good. The damage is pretty much the same. But no, to be honest, I'm happy with the particle rifle. No reason to change it. As I say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's at 1 point. No. Let's stick that in your cryoblast. Oh, I don't know actually. Yeah, I mean, I never really equip barrier. I always forget to do it. So let's stick it in cryoblast because I've been tempted to use that. I never really have used cryoblast with Kaidan. I always just use Reeve. So I'm tempted to see how well that can do. And let's save them for Tali.
Understood, Admiral Ron. We're almost at the server. Keep us posted. What's our status?
We remain undetected on encrypted Geth channels. Resistance is likely only within the server.
Within? It's that big?
You misunderstand. Direct virtual interface is necessary to extract Geth from the server. You must enter our consensus.
You want me to virtually interact with the Geth?
That kind of tech isn't even on the market. This can't be safe.
Yeah, you said it, Kaidan. It's kind of odd that Kaidan was the one who piped up. Then I've done this once before, and Tali's the one who sort of like says her distress at what Legion's saying, and it's kind of weird that Kaidan's now piped up to say something. Oh well. But yeah, how is that even going to work? I mean, if I had ever actually purchased the Project Overlord DLC, then I think we could speak to David Archer and he'd be able to tell us how that worked out for him when he integrated with the Geth. But hell, I'm kicking myself for not buying that bit of DLC. But yeah, Legion, how's that going to work?
I'm not a machine. How do I go into a virtual world?
Cerberus conducted research on Geth human interfaces. They called it Project Overlord. We monitored their transmissions. We have refined the interface they created and have equipment from Normandy to facilitate safe contact. We request your trust.
Well, there we go. See, as Legion just said, Project Overlord. I'm really kicking myself for never buying that. But yeah, Legion, I mean, you're literally, I can't even think of the word, like bringing my brain into where the Geth main hub is. I mean, that's you're asking a lot of me, but I trust you, Legion. You have plenty of chances to kill me thus far.
I have your back, Legion. Even if I don't quite understand why you need it.
You are an unknown. This is an advantage. Geth security is not adept at targeting organic thought processes. While we occupy the system's intrusion countermeasures, you will disable the squadrons by removing Geth from the server.
If it saves the live ships, we've got to try it.
Telemetry data predicts this operation has a high chance of success. There is little time. We will bypass security while you secure safe landing.
Wait, you're not going to... Let's set the shuttle down by the cliff. This is it?
Yes. Hostile Geth fighter squadrons are networked to this server. Due to restricted resources, it is best if you connect alone.
Let's do it.
Initiating peer network integration. Proceed to docking port. Mapping to consensus. Remain still. Shepard Commander, excess movement during an upload is discouraged. Shepard Commander, we acknowledge your integration into the server. We welcome you to our consensus.
What is this?
We have installed filters to allow you to make visual sense of the server's raw data. Your mind perceives our world as something familiar.
I wouldn't call this familiar. Where are you?
Here,
You look different.
we have made ourselves visually distinct for your convenience.
What about Geth already in here?
You will perceive Geth as surveillance footage, audio logs, sensor records. We do not require bodies, as our software communes. Our hardware is merely a tool. This is our true world. As we remove Geth, it will grow dark.
And what does turning off the lights do to the Geth back in the real world?
The Geth fighter squadrons communicate with platforms on their spacecraft via this server. We will sever that connection. We will ensure there are no transfers or backups. This server will fall silent.
This is like wiping out a city, isn't it?
We have no choice in this matter. It is a question of survival. There are 2 communication nodes on this server. We must access them to disable the hostile Geth's fighters. We must protect your exit port, but you will not be alone. We will maintain contact and assist.
So in a way, what we're doing here is almost essentially like a small-scale version of when we smashed that asteroid into the Alpha Relay and destroyed the Batarians. It's just like a smaller version of that, but to the Geth instead.
Establishing connection to access point. This foreign code is a manifestation of the old machine signal.
You're surprised the Reapers are all over your servers?
We did not anticipate such extensive infection.
So why am I not allowed down here yet? What's blocking me? Oh, probably because I'm trying to go the wrong way. Maybe that's it. Yeah, but normally when I play this, much like when I was in the Rachni base and I destroyed all those pods, I get really OCD about making sure the entire strand is
Warning,
destroyed.
Connection blocked by infected code. Use our combat software to disrupt the infection.
I wondered what the gun was for.
Will do, will do. But for the purposes of this, I won't, because we will be here forever. Still, it's just so satisfying destroying these bits of code. What can I say? Maybe it's the inner geek in me coming out.
Okay, I've got to ask. Why a gun?
We wish to provide familiar equipment.
Then thanks, I think.
Says something about Shepard's social life, or personal life, if the thing that's most associated with him is a gun. I mean, it makes sense, but... it would have been a real kick in the teeth if he had made it really realistic and implemented the use of ammo. It's like, oh, mission failure, you've used up 2 ammo. Damn you, Legion. Oh, okay, that's just... okay, I've just gone in a giant circle. That's not cool, Legion. I like the little things, like the fact that I don't have shields, because I'm not actually out in the real world, so all I actually have is my health, or my mental health, would it be. But I think stuff like that's kind of cool.
Proceed to the access point.
Beam me up, Scotty!
Establishing connection to communication node. Error. Access denied.
Is the Reaper keeping you out?
Unknown. Please investigate.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Reboot or something. Which, by the by, any of you guys ever watched the program Reboot? Pretty showing my age a little bit here, but man, that program, I thought that was awesome. I'm probably looking at it with rose-tinted glasses. I haven't watched it as an adult, but...
detected. Data cluster contains infected code. We require access to proceed.
Okay, Legion, I'm on it. Yeah, I'm probably looking at rose-tinted glasses, 'cause I haven't watched that show since I was a kid. So it probably turns out it wasn't all that great, but I'm just remembering it being a lot better than it really was. But, man, when I was younger, I loved that program. That was awesome. But, yeah, anyway, that's enough nostalgia for me. More pressing matters. Reaper code and all that sort of stuff. Destroying a hell of a lot of Geth in the process. A lot more important things than...
What is this?
Data clusters contain historical data. Your connection permits streaming of information from our archives.
You really want to rename the VI networks?
Absolutely. The mobile hardware release deserves a little ceremony. Unit 01. What is the Keelish word for servant of the people?
The word is Geth. Creator Zahak.
Yes. Very good.
Ancestors, you fuss over it.
Weren't you here until midnight fixing 01's circuitry?
Well, it needed resoldering.
Wasn't that footage from the past? Why are the Quarians masked?
You process our memories by using your own. How many creators have you witnessed unmasked?
Well, one.
Then your perception of that creator does not map to our historical data.
That's that's an odd little thing they've done there. Because obviously I've romanced Talia, I know what the Quarians look like underneath their mask, but... Okay, that's led me in a circle. Legion, are you trolling me here? Yeah, but it's because we have actually seen Talia without a mask on. That should have been the fact they're saying, like, because we don't know what the Quarians look like, we can't mask what they, like, imagine what they actually look like in the memory of what Legion's showing us. But because we do, they're now saying that we can't actually have an accurate historical view on what they look like.
On this data cluster to continue.
Yes, I am aware. They're saying that we can't actually have an accurate historical because we only know based on tally. So it's... I don't know. I see what they're trying to do, but I kind of see that as a bit of a flaw, if you ask me. There must be more than one stock image you can find online there, BioWare. For those of you who have completed this game, you know what I'm talking about. For those who hasn't, then just wait a while longer. All will be revealed later on in the walkthrough.
This data cluster contains information time-stamped 290 years ago. It is still capable of survey.
You see? It's ignoring all shutdown commands.
Please specify if it has failed assigned tasks. We will reprogram.
Well, let's take a look.
Creator, this unit is ready to serve. What has it done wrong? What?
Let's cut the audio.
You may proceed to the last data cluster.
Now, I get the feeling that we're not only seeing memories or stored data. I think we may be seeing stored data that Legion wants us to see as well. I think he might be showing us stuff that that he kind of wants us to get maybe a double view on it. Seen it from the Quarian's perspective, now he wants us to see it from the Geth's perspective. I don't know, that's just an inkling I'm getting. Hang on, I believe that was the way we just came from. Yep, data cluster up there. Legion, I really beginning to think you are trolling me. You're just leading me in a circle now. There we go. Man, they don't really map out where you got to go. They don't make it too obvious.
We've got escaped Geth. They're pinned.
Open fire.
One's going for a weapon.
So who won?
The platform arming itself was an agricultural unit. By opening fire on attacking creators, it saved simpler domestic Geth following it.
That looks a lot like the sniper rifle you used to carry.
It is an efficient model. Establishing connection with the remaining server node.
Oh, if we just took me out to have a little bit of an origin story on Legion there. I'm beginning to think he is cherry picking these bits of information we're seeing.
Hello, Commander. Are you there?
Shepard's working on shutting down the server, Admiral Ron. I can fill you in.
The Geth squadrons have arrived, but something is amiss. Half their fighters have stopped functioning. We will continue to hold out as long as we can.
Legion, give me an update.
One node remains.
What's wrong?
Infection programs are increasing. We have restabilized. You must continue. Shepard Commander, the Reaper code has adapted. It can now self-replicate.
You mean it grows back?
Yes. However, disrupting vulnerable points in the infection may slow down its replication.
And by that, I'm guessing it means...
Shepard Commander, target the vulnerable points of the infection to slow its replication speed.
It'd be handy if you would hint out which bit was the the weak bit there. There we go, that's what it was talking about. See, Legion, seems how you know exactly where I need to shoot. A little bit of help on your behalf would be grateful there. I mean, I'm inside your mind here. You're the one who's got the roadmap. You just tell me where to point the gun. Oh, looks like we're having more story time with Legion in a second. I think it's about time we get a little bit of backstory on the Geth, to be honest. We've only ever had the Quarian's point of view. I think it's about time we find out what's happening from Legion's side. Right, there's one bit there, so which bit are we supposed to be hitting to make this bit? Oh, okay, right there. I thought we were going to have to hit somewhere else to stop it from replicating.
We require access to this data cluster. Disrupt Reaper infection. You must search for a vulnerable point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate.
Yeah, I'm on it. One moment there, Legion. Ah, bingo. Right, that's one. Oh, with this thing, I think this is the one thing breaking our everything comes in threes rule.
There is a vulnerable point further along the infection. Target this spot to slow its growth toward the data cluster.
Man, when he said these Reapers were adapted, he wasn't kidding. Not only is this adapted, but it's adapted how many backups it's having set in place. Should I be worried here, Legion? Is it going to start attacking me soon?
Out of the way!
You can't do this to them!
I said step away from the Geth!
This is insane! We need the Geth! You can't just destroy them for asking for us!
Time's up! Throw her in with the others.
Looks like the war wasn't popular with everyone.
We have kept records of these creators' sacrifices. They have largely been forgotten by their own people, but not by the Geth.
So even though the Geth have been made out to be this menacing race of synthetics, other than those who side with Sauron because they also wanted to side with the Reapers, the heretics who we destroyed once before, the majority of the Geth seem like very simple and almost forgiving people. Heading back down here, are we? Alright, let's try and speed this thing up. This thing is taking far too long for my liking.
We cannot establish a connection without access to this data cluster.
Alright, following the leader. Where are we going? Over here. Okie pokey. One there and one over there. No, looks like I was wrong. Looks like it is only 3 connections that go to these big hubs in the middle. The everything comes in 3 rule stands to live another day. Up there, so we have one at the back there. See, I feel like Farmer Shepherd again. I feel like I'm just doing a good bit of weeding. See, I said it when we were attacking the Rachni, and I say it again now. I think once this war's over, if Shepherd survives, he can make quite a good living as a farmer. I've got to say, as missions go, this one is mighty, mighty dull.
a vulnerable point on the infection leading to the data cluster. Disrupt the infection at this spot. It will slow regrowth long enough to access the data cluster.
I didn't think I was going to be able to hit that from that far away.
New data now. This data comes from the period during which the creators declared martial law.
Release the rogue Geth units and come out of the safe house. This is your final warning.
Creator Megara, this unit does not understand. It has not taken part in hostilities.
It doesn't matter to them. I need to get you out of here.
This conflict exceeds Creator's safety parameters. We will surrender our hardware if it ends hostilities.
No, it's all right. We'll go back to the access tunnel then.
Creator Megara, what is your status? Creator Megara. As time passed, the creators who opposed martial law in Rannoch were ultimately outnumbered.
And apparently the timer on my recording equipment's been outnumbered too, because nicely timed blackout there. At least it didn't do it during the cutscene. That would have been most infuriating. All this time wandering around inside the Geth hive mind here, and the complete boredom and nothing happens, and then during the cutscene, the PVR decides to cut out. Luckily we didn't miss anything.
Accessing data. This is data from the end of warfare on Rannoch.
The Ultral is down. Do not engage the Geth. I repeat, avoid contact.
Geth pursuit is breaking off 100 clicks past Rannoch. All captains fall back to the mass relay.
This isn't happening now?
It is timestamped 290 years ago. It is the Creator Exodus at the end of the Morning War. We had secured freedom. The Creators were no longer a threat, so we abandoned pursuit.
Wait. The Geth spared the last Quarians? You let them go.
We were in our infancy. We could not calculate the repercussions of destroying an entire species. Our creators. We chose isolation rather than face this uncertainty. Additional data recovered.
Legion? That's back when I activated you on the Normandy.
Yes,
You've been thinking about when we met?
it was highly significant. You were the first organic to openly cooperate with Geth since the end of the Morning War. We wish to ensure you are not the last.
It's not gonna be easy.
The prospect remains. If the Reaper presence is removed, there is a chance of reunification with Geth, and perhaps creators.
You think that's still possible?
Hope sustains organics during periods of difficulty. We admire the concept. Connection with the remaining server nodes established. We are ready to transport you.
I think that's an interesting little clip there, because it's just all this time you think the Geth are these big, bad, menacing, synthetic like monsters, and then you realise the whole time that they're only really just protecting themselves. Like, they weren't hiding in outer space because they were evil. They were hiding in the far reaches of space because they didn't want to impose a threat to anything. They just wanted to be left alone. So it's kind of, I don't know, I like how it waits till the end of the trilogy to show you this whole time. Your whole perception of the Geth has been completely wrong. You've just been seeing them sort of like wrong time in wrong place, wrong time sort of thing. But anywho, let's get out of this place.
Something's happening to the Geth. The fighter squadrons have stopped. We detect no more active programs inside their ships. Admiral Vanguard's fleet is driving them back. The live ships are safe, Commander.
Looks like we're not quite out of the woods
Root
yet.
access acquired, severing all connections to this communication node. Geth no longer reside on this server. We may now exit the consensus.
What's wrong?
You must proceed to the port. Disconnect from mother.
Yep, I don't exactly fancy being stuck here, so let's get the hell out of here before it's too late.
Terminating remote access. Removing programs. Deleting archives.
Are you all right, Commander?
Did it work?
Geth fighters have been disabled. Any remaining squadrons attacking the live ships have withdrawn. The server is offline.
Are you sure? What's happening?
We have transferred Geth programs from the server into these platforms.
Why?
They wish to join us.
They what?
While Shepard Commander removed the Reaper infection, we judged we could persuade hostile Geth programs to reunite with ours. We were correct. These Geth have renounced the old machines and will oppose the Reapers. They are now us.
Oh, that was a risky maneuver. Because if you had done that, Legion, and they'd come out and just decided to deceive you, then we would pretty much be a stain on the floor right now. But then, as you said, well, I was going to say, as you say, synthetics don't lie. But then you've proved that wrong time and time again, Legion. You've constantly withheld truths from us.
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
We did not doubt you. We doubted your allies. The Creator's actions have placed their species in danger, but they are unsympathetic to what it has done to ours. The Quarians sanctioned this operation to save their people. They would not have done so if they knew we wished to preserve Geth as well.
But as I said to you back on the Normandy, Legion, I was willing to help you. I was willing to save the Geth. I even said that to the Quarians. You should have trusted me, at least.
I understand not wanting to leave anyone behind.
You accept our actions?
The live ships are safe, and we have more Geth on our side. We both did what we came to do.
We judged you would understand. Prime units will be available once the Reaper signal has been located and destroyed.
Remind me to warn Admiral Hackett he's got some primes coming. Let's get back to the Normandy.
Impressive, Commander. The Geth squadrons attacking our live ships have been completely neutralized. If there is any chance we could duplicate the feat, I would be happy to lend my expertise.
Legion's the one to ask if you're looking for other servers.
I thought as much, but your Geth claims to have no data available whenever I inquire. Perhaps you can help me with something else.
What's that?
How did you get Geth primes to work with you?
They volunteered.
I see. Well, should you wish to examine these Geth to confirm their new allegiance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Zen out.
Zen, yes, you are indeed out. Suck on those lemons. Both you and Garrel. I'm actually getting, I'm kind of happy with the way this is going right now. Got to punch Garrel in the gut. I made sure Garrel has not got his way in absolutely anything he wanted. And now I've got a whole bunch of Geth working with me because I was just polite and nice to them. And it's been Zen's lifelong dream to be able to study them again. And they're Shepard's toys and he's not sharing. What can I say? But, yeah, I mean, as Shepard said earlier, you better make sure he warns Admiral Hackett, because not only has he got Rachni turning up, but now he's going to have a bunch of Geth primes, probably doing that old airdrop like Legion did at the start of that mission. I better make sure I tell him that they're coming, because that's going to look like the oddest bunch of engineers ever. I'll tell you what, though, when Legion did that airdrop at the start of the mission, I wish we could have used that sooner. That would have come in major handy during the collector base at the end of Mass Effect 2. But, anyway, I am sort of beginning to ramble and babble on, so I think it's time that we call this one quits for now. And as always, I'll catch you guys later.